Smoke and fire rising up from the jungle as Colombian National Police take out another clandestine cocaine laboratory. This particular lab in the jungle of Antioquia near Medellin, it was cranking out 2 tons of coke every month, drugs ultimately destined to leave Colombia for the U.S. and other countries. Colombian police shot video of the lab before they destroyed it. You can see the huge vats of chemicals that were being used to make the drugs. They even had special logos to mark each kilo that was produced. It looks like the people making the drugs were having lunch just before the police arrived, as there was still food on the table and personal belongings hanging from the sleeping quarters. Once police had checked out the lab, they blew it up, setting fire to all of the chemicals. That lab going up in flames, sending up a smoke signal from the jungle of yet another small victory in this country's war against drugs. We take you to Bogota now, where the Committee of the International Red Cross has been in talks with Colombia's government after a member of the Colombian army was seen wearing the symbol of the ICRC in video of that military operation that freed 15 hostages on July 2nd. The Red Cross had no part in that operation. Today, the Uribe government apologized, saying the military officer took it upon himself to wear the logo against his commander's orders, as a costume, if you will, for the elaborate ruse the military pulled on the FARC to get all of the hostages into a helicopter. Yves Heller, a spokesperson for the ICRC in Bogota, said they're very pleased the Uribe government has addressed the issue, because the ICRC is a completely neutral and impartial humanitarian organization working with all parties in the conflict to assist and protect the victims. All right, right now we're going to take you up onto the coast near Cartagena, where a couple of years ago a flood wiped out a neighborhood. So the government and the Department of Bolivar moved the town to higher ground. Well, now there are 300 families who live in this area, and they want their kids to get a great education. And they say they're tired of waiting for the government to build them a new school. So they have asked for help from a humanitarian organization to give them tents. And they've set up a full-blown elementary school for more than 400 kids. Yes, it's a little hot under those tents, but the kids are getting education, math, science, and languages, while they wait for a brand new school building to be built. All over Colombia, the faithful are celebrating Virgin del Carmen Day. Who is the Virgin del Carmen? Well, she's the saint of the drivers. Priests were out in the streets of Barranquilla blessing fire trucks and taxi cabs. Basically, anybody who drives for a living could stop by in their vehicle and receive a special blessing today. There were also a number of special masses being celebrated for the Virgin, whom many drivers have a small statue of sitting on their dashboards. Now the story of a Colombian artist with a unique ability because of his disability. His name is Tio, and he paints with his feet. Tio received so many requests for his work after his story was first broadcast on RCN a few months ago that he's opened up a brand new art gallery in the north of Bogota, where his paintings are on display and selling like hotcakes. Everybody wants one. He paints everything from people to cars, animals, even wheelchairs in bright, vibrant colors. Hey, we'd love to hear from you about your thoughts, your comments, ideas, and suggestions for Colombia's news in English. Just drop us an email, and please send the link for our newscast to all of your friends, as we want the whole world to see the real Colombia. We leave you today with a look at Popayán, the capital of Cauca. It's a colonial city painted in white that was completely rebuilt after a massive earthquake back in 1983. It's a very religious city with lots of cathedrals and an extremely popular destination during the Holy Week of Easter. I'm Brian Andrews with RCN News in English. Colombia for the world.
Vedi el amor.